But I did want to let you know that your test results came back normal.
Yeah, that might have been a little extreme, but you can probably relate and had a good laugh if you have a chronic illness, because this is what it feels like when you go to the doctor's office. And if you hear your test results are normal one more time, you're gonna scream. Unfortunately, this is all too common, but there are a lot of reasons why this occurs. One of those reasons, medical gaslighting. Have you ever heard of it? Well, let me explain, because you're going to need to know how to deal with this and to get the care you need, how to stop it. In this video, I'm going to explain exactly what medical gaslighting is, why it occurs, and how to deal with it so you stop feeling like death and get the help and care you need. The word medical gaslighting has received a lot of attention lately, and honestly, I believe it's because people are getting sick and tired of being treated and ignored. And that opening scene, we used it for laughs, but there's no joking matter because this is your health. For me, it took about 2.5 years to get a diagnosis and treatment that I needed to start it a long time ago, because if I would have, I wouldn't have been at the point I am now and had gone through all those hospitalizations and even faced death because I didn't get the treatment I needed for this specific thing that was going on. So, what is medical gaslighting? It's where your doctor minimizes your symptoms, dismisses, or flat out ignores you. Nothing's going on that's serious. Maybe it's here. Or you're just tired, you need more sleep, you need to eat better, you need to lose weight, something like that. But why do doctors do this? They are the ones that are supposed to be helping you, and they're sitting over there doing nothing. Well, there's a few reasons why, and I want to explain that.
So in this video, I want to explain what exactly medical gaslighting is, because I know you've heard of it and probably even experienced it on some level if you are dealing with a chronic condition, complex illness, or vaccine injury. So why do doctors and providers gaslight? Well, it probably boils down to one of these things. First, knowledge gaps. Some conditions, like those related to vaccine injury, autoimmune disorders, chronic pain, are not fully understood by all practitioners and not recognized, which leads us to our second thing of biased. Dismissive attitudes may stem from stereotypes about certain patient populations, like women, controversial issues like vaccines and whether or not injuries can occur, minorities, or those with invisible illnesses. So yes, bias can play a huge portion. And third, it's just overburdened healthcare system. People are stressed out. There's too many patients, not enough time. Short appointment times lead to oversimplification of complex cases. Or fourth, they just are, well, yeah, I don't think I can use that language on here, but I think you might get the point of where I was going with that, because some people are just mean and shouldn't be doing what they do for a living, whether it's their lack of patience, understanding, or they have a classic authority, or I know more than you and I have all the answers complex, in which they can't admit they don't know. And so they chalk it up to an umbrella diagnosis because that will look better than having to admit they just don't know. So, how can you deal with these providers and advocate for yourself? I'm going to tell you how. Prepare for your appointment, document everything. Keep a detailed symptom journal, note when the symptoms begin, the triggers, how they impact your daily life, any kind of subjective numbers, what the impacts that they have, and how they react to your life and what you do and don't do. Write your questions so they can't just give you a 5-minute, hey, how you doing? Okay, yeah, let me check your vitals. Okay, good. Yeah, see you later. Bye. At this point, you're so quick, you don't want to be caught off guard, searching for what to say, and you need to build that courage to interject and redirect, and if need be, question. Research your condition, Well, you don't have to be an expert. And yeah, Google doesn't have all the answers, but it's a good starting point. We have a wealth of knowledge at our hands. Understand the basics of your condition, your symptoms, possible causes, and potential treatments so you can be able to advocate more effectively and have better questions. Speak with confidence. Push those insecurities aside. For myself, I don't go back to doctors that can't talk to me like an intelligent human being. And if they seem to be intimidated that I have some kind of medical background and understanding and feel threatened by respectfully questioning, yeah, I don't go back. Yes, there are good ones out there. And thankfully, with advocating and gaining confidence to know I have a choice, I found some great ones. And you can too. So don't give up if you haven't found one, because you will if you do these things. Use clear, concise language to describe your symptoms. Avoid downplaying or apologizing for your concerns. Practice statements like, I understand this is a complex issue, but I believe further investigation is necessary. And yes, ask questions. You can do that without them feeling like you're questioning their expertise, and you'll get answers. So here's an example. When I was working as a PT, I had to basically tell a doctor he had no clue what he was talking about and that his patient's pain was coming from their neck, not their carpal tunnel. But how do you say that? So here's an example of what I said. Said, hey, I've tried this and everything that has normally helped with carpal tunnel or whatever you're talking about is not working. Do you have any other suggestions? Or what if it's coming from, in this case, the neck, but insert what you're questioning and what you think might be the source or possible next step, and then say, hey, what do you think about that? This way, it's respectful of their knowledge and advice. They don't get butthurt or offended, and it allows them to let down their guard and tell you kind of what they think might be going wrong if the first thing they said wasn't. And it engages them more in a critical conversation and allows you to question and them not to have that guard and defensive response. So try that out next time and use it in place of what's going on in your example as what they're trying to dismiss you as. Also, in that conversation, you need to start inquiring more when they become more receptive, like what test can rule that in or out? Which steps should I take to help? And if this is what it is, and the treatment, if it doesn't work, then what do I need to do? Another thing you can do is bring support. Sometimes to add confidence, we need a backup, like a trusted friend or a family member, someone that can provide emotional support or can serve as a witness if concerns are being dismissed.
And what if all this fails? Get a second opinion and find another provider. If you're not being taken seriously, it's okay to seek another provider. Look for practitioners who specialize in your condition or take a holistic approach to care or have a better bedside manners than that. You have the right as a patient. Know that and use it if it comes to this. What did Mama tell you? Yeah, there are other fish in the sea, like the ones that will do their job, listen to you, take the time to unbiasedly evaluate you, and problem solve with their actual experience and clinical expertise, instead of relying on a machine or a test to do their job and tell you, hey, there's nothing wrong, as you sit across from them looking like death. Just like in your personal life, don't stay in a toxic relationship coming back for more. No, girlfriend, pack your crap up, walk out, and find someone that will listen to you and actually help you. So, in the meantime, while you're searching to find that healthcare provider and get in with them, being dismissed by a doctor can be emotionally devastating, leaving you doubting yourself and frustrated. So, here's how to combat that. Find community. Support groups, both in person and offline, can connect you with the people that you need that are facing similar challenges as you. For me, I found that through social media. And I looked up specific chronic disease and found tons of support groups out there and communities and people weighing in on things that help them and tips and tricks that doctors aren't going to tell you, and huge emotional support. Also, if you are vaccine injured, I highly recommend looking up React 19 because they are a wonderful resource to help you because they helped me in so many ways deal with all this crap. Here's the thing, not finding answers doesn't mean your symptoms aren't real. You're not just imagining this, you're not alone. Chronic conditions, vaccine injuries, and invisible illnesses are complex. And healthcare system doesn't always have all the answers. But your health journey is valid, and so is your frustration. So keep advocating for yourself. Keep speaking up, and remember, you're stronger than you feel, even on your worst days. You deserve to be heard and treated with respect, and have a healthcare team that listens to you, believes you, and works collaboratively with you to get the answers and the treatment that you need. You deserve providers that help you and not hinder your healing journey. While dismissive doctors may be a roadblock, they don't define your journey. Your health story is unique, and you are the expert of your own body. Don't let medical gaslighting derail you from your pursuit of answers. You are not alone. There is support, advocacy, and healing available for you. Keep pushing forward until you find it. If this hits close to home, let me know in the comments. What's the wildest thing a doctor has ever said to you? Let's share a little bit of laughter and support each other because healing is easier when we're in it together. And if you're struggling mentally with chronic conditions, vaccine injury, watch this next video for a good pep talk, inspiration, and ways to conquer your new life and those dark places that you can find yourself living in. And I'll see you in the next video.